shine. Whoa! Oh, we're back. Just still on upbeat songs. Now, there aren't many names as big as Hugh Jackman. I mean, there are longer names, particularly some of the Greek ones, but bigger names, the singing, dancing boy from... There you go. Hugostoria Dragonopoulos continues to win the hearts and minds of fans right around the world, from the Peloponnesus to Perth.
Next week, his new movie Pan opens in cinemas across Australia. Oh, it's the backstory of the classic children's novel Peter Pan, and Jackman plays the villain. Our movie man Jason Jabba Davis flew down to Neverland for a chat.
Whether he's scowling...
What they did to me, what I am, can't be undone.
...or singing.
Bring him home.
Hugh Jackman has made a name for himself as one of Australia's greatest actors. He's won 19 awards and been nominated for a further 66. But despite his success, Jackman maintains the rarest of virtues, humility and a self-deprecating sense of humour.
We're here with the one and only Hugh Jackman.
Good to see you, mate. I don't know why I'm giving the thumbs up. Yep, you got it right. That's my name.
Hollywood has certainly given Jackman a thumbs up, honouring him with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. But he's still just as down-to-earth as the rest of us.
Show business can be a very selfish affair. Do you know, as Australia's favourite export, you know, people love Hugh Jackman. They love you. You're very down-to-earth. You're a family man. You're very relatable. Have you ever succumbed to the ego that, you know, is part of this business?
I did once yell out, "This is amateur hour." I remember on set, as it came out of my mouth, saying, "This is a real low point." So the girl who was the double for Mystique, it was X-Men 1, she comes at me with a fence. So I said, "We've just got to go for it." And I said, "But I don't think I'm going to be able to get through." And they said, "You've just got to really go for it." I said, "But if I go for it at the end, I'm going to hit the girl and I've got claws on." So she said, "We've just got to go for it. We're running late." And so I went through it. And it went through way quicker than I thought, and I'm just at her face, and the last second I tilted the claws over. If you watch the film, I do this weird move, and the heel of my hand hit her straight and she went down. And I was so upset that I'd pretty much just knocked out the stunt double, who 2 days later I also stabbed in the arm, that I yelled out, "This is amateur hour." And as I came out, I went, "Oh, that was bad. That was a low point." So yeah. I wasn't even famous then, but I was acting like a real
Jackman is as humble as they come, but you wouldn't know it from his latest role as the villain in Pan, an origin story of the J.M. Barrie classic.
Welcome to Neverland!
I have a feeling that Pan will become a whole new generation's favourite film. When we meet your character Blackbeard, it's clear that he's a grunge and punk fan.
Yes.
He's reading the rules of Neverland from a pig's ear.
Yes.
It's completely bonkers.
It's so random at times and a little twisted in the way Neverland should be. Like, you know, Joe Wright, the director, said, this is a child's imagination. Neverland is the imagination, right? So adults should be frightening and ridiculous, and that's all.
Sweet, gentle children, you who weep molten pearls of innocent tears, dry them, dear neighbours. For I have sprung you from life's cruel dungeon, and hereby grant you liberty.
I remember growing up and hearing about Peter Pan and fully believing it and knowing all these characters. And actually, if you read J.M. Barrie's book, they're beautifully written, all these characters. So you've got to make them well-rounded. At the same time, the bottom line, you've got to have fun with it.
Are you brave, Peter?
I try to be.
We have an ancient prophecy from when the fairy kingdoms reigned on this island. The prophecy tells of a boy who would lead an uprising against me. A boy who could fly.
I'll be darned.
It's also a spectacular-looking film. Did you get a sense of that as you were making it?
Yeah, this was the biggest film set I had ever been. They tell me the biggest set that had ever been built ever in England. In England? It's always a record. The biggest in the Southern Hemisphere, you know, all of those. So, but it was massive.
Speaking of records, Jackman has more than his fair share. But the one thing you won't find on his shelf is an Oscar.
Are awards anything that matter?
It's not something that's driven me or drives me. I don't do well with that kind of pressure. I'm not that kind of person who wants to say, I'm going to win an Oscar this year. I think it's counterproductive. I don't think it brings out the best in me or anyone, and kind of puts weird expectations on everybody's head, including my own. So I try not to do that. And yeah, but if I don't win one for this, like, 8th Wolverine, I'm just going to...
I've got to go. I want one piece of manly advice as I go out the door.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Actually, people do often ask me, I think it's okay to cry. I think that's manly.
I like that.
And then this Aussie thing of, I'm not going to talk about my feelings, or I'm not going to, I'm tough, I'm a man. That's where men get in trouble. Men don't ever say, I'm struggling. They always say, oh, no, I'm good, mate, everything's fine, even when that's not. I think the best manly advice I can give is it's okay to feel things, it's okay to say you need help, and it's okay to say you're in trouble.
I'll kneel.
I will never bow to you.